Facebook is still not allowing me to stream. Happy Monday, happy Monday. How are y'all doing today?
Fantabulous.
Fantastic. I heard you, Joe, on script practice today. On a scale of 1 to 10, are you
That's
a 10
right.
or no?
That's right.
Right? That's a good one. Anybody else? Any ahas or anything good? Anything happened this weekend? So exciting. Yay. All right.
I think I would like to share my aha.
Please share.
So yesterday, Sunday, I was doing a show in Stockbridge, but I had a client that Brenda sent to me to show another house in Hampton. And on the way back from showing that house, I saw a for sale sign by owner. And I swerved and went to meet the homeowner. He has an interesting story. We got the conversation. His cousin is a realtor though, but he's considering listing it with him. But I did take his information. He did allow me to go through the house and do an assessment. So maybe something positive would come out of that. I did follow up with him when I got home and added him to command. Also did a CMA for his house because based on our conversation, what he's asking for, he was trying to sell it on his own, but he obviously didn't get a lot of feedback on that route. But so we'll see, and that's my aha moment.
Girl, let me tell you, can I just say, I am so proud of you. When I tell you, Anya be in them streets, okay? The whole reason she was out there is because, did the builder guy ever show up?
He did, and he keeps calling me, but he's so stubborn, like a stubborn mule. I got the code at the very least. So whenever, somebody's interested, but he still doesn't want to list, and he's just driving me crazy.
That's okay. It's okay. The thing is that what you're doing is you are out here building relationships, right? So it ain't going to happen like that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take time. You got to develop, especially, I'm going to tell y'all out here, you're dealing with people, crazy people, not crazy people, stubborn people, all kind of people, all the peoples, you're dealing with all of them, okay? So sometimes it's going to be easier. Sometimes it's going to be more difficult. Sometimes it's like, are we speaking the same language? Like, are we, you know what I'm saying? It's all people. So with this particular guy, he told her to have some people out there. He picked the time 10:30. I'm out there, Falandisha out there. I got buyers coming, and he didn't show up on time, right? So now, that's a difficult person to deal with. You know what I'm saying? But we already know, Anya, we know because the first time you met him, he had you waiting, right? So we already know whatever time he say, it's an hour later. Done, right? He's that person, like my best friend. Whatever time she says, guaranteed it's 30 minutes to an hour later. It'll never be the time she says. I don't care, promise, pinkies, all that. It's never, right? So we're dealing with people out there. So now you kind of learning more. It's so important. I cannot stress to you guys how important it is to learn who you're dealing with. Learn the people that you're dealing with so you know how to deal with them. You got to be able to work all different kind of personalities. So with that guy, he's stubborn. He's never on time. He's very inconsistent, right? So we're going to spend time building that relationship. But anyway, I say all that to say she was out there in the streets. So I was on the phone with Brenda telling her about your person. She was like, oh, I got a buyer for that house. And matter of fact, I got another house for her to show. So that's how y'all linked up. So then while she's out showing the other house, she sees the for sale by owner. Now is building a relationship with that person. This is how you become a listing magnet, right? Because you're out there. You can't be, the magnet's got to be somewhat close for them to do like that, right? I don't know a lot about science, but I know they got to be somewhat close. Like my refrigerator magnet can't be in the living room. The refrigerator magnet got to be somewhat close to the refrigerator, but to like stick on it. You know what I'm saying? So Anya is out there close to the listing, so she could be a listing magnet, right? So you got to kind of be out there, right? So I'm super proud of you. You are out there building relationships and you're learning personality types. And you have to learn sometimes how to deal with people. And that's going to be a huge part of becoming that super successful real estate agent is you have to learn how to deal with people. All of them. Unfortunately. Any thoughts, feelings? Joe, I feel like you got something good to say.
Yeah, no, I love that analogy you just used about the magnet and like being in proximity to the it's a great. You can't, like you said, you can't have the magnet in the living room and expect it to stick to the refrigerator. I mean, that is awesome. I mean, I love that. And then, like you said, with Anya, I was thinking the same thing as she was talking. I was like, that's what I'm talking about, man. You go out there. The win is the fact that you stopped and went and engaged with the homeowner, you know, that for sale by owner. Whether or not that deal works out or not, just the fact that you got that kind of momentum and, you know, the willingness to get out and engage with people, that's going to take you a long way. So that's awesome.
Woo! Yes, it is just like it is giving me so much energy because I mean you're out there. Like it's so funny because literally, Joe, that it just came off the top of my head with the magnet thing, and I just happen to have another magnet on my desk.
Yeah.
And look, it's got to be somewhat close for it to even hit. It can't be. Ain't gonna happen, right? So. And that's Anya stopping and turning around. How many of us have driven past a for sale by owner sign? Yep. How many of us have driven past the same one more than once because it just happens to be on a route we go? Right?
Exactly.
That's your listing right there, but you're too far off the street for it to magnet. Whatever the scientific word is for that. Okay. Awesome. Such good stuff. So let's talk about that, Anya, real quick. With that person that for sale by owner, did we find out why they were selling the house?
Oh, he's a doctor. He definitely needs to sell. He needs the money. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is to work around the fact that he's saying that his nephew is a realtor. Well, he mentioned that he had a lot of relatives in his family, but he does need to sell. And that's why I did the CMA for him. And he's like, he needs the money to move. He bought the house about 10 years ago. It's a nice, beautiful house. So he definitely needs to sell, but he's saying that he needs the money from the sale of this house to move.
Where's he going?
He's not sure yet. He's actually originally from New York. I said, "Are you going back to New York?" He said, "Oh, no." But he's like, "I need the money from this house to move." So he wasn't clear about where he wants to move. I think he just wants to sell the house first and then decide.
Man, I wish Everett was on the call because Everett got a good objection handler for, well, my cousin or my family is a realtor. Does anybody remember what it is? Where's Everett? Oh my God. Does anybody remember his objection handler? If the seller says, "Oh, I got family or my friend's a realtor," or whatever. Nobody?
I'm not sure if I remember what Everett's handler is, but I just thought of if you know, if you got such good friends or family, whatever, that's real estate agents, why would they let you try to sell your house on your own?
That's the one, Joe. That's the one. That's the one. That's the same one. I'm telling you, when you guys listen to scripts and you listen, you absorb it. Somehow it just goes right into you, right? That's the one, Anya. If he got so many friends and family that's realtors, how come ain't nobody helped him yet?
He mentioned that his nephew is supposed to be listening soon. There was a discrepancy with the amount of acres on the house
that ain't
originally. Yeah, that's irrelevant. But this was just during conversation. I was asking him questions. That's the feedback he gave me.
Right. So you know what that's telling me? That's telling me that agent don't know what they're doing. That's what that's telling me. I don't, nephew or not, he don't know what he's doing. Because
Yeah,
it shouldn't have nothing to do with him putting that. He has nothing to do with nothing. You can pull that on the tax record. And if it's so, all information is not deemed reliable. You figure it out on your own. Right? So, oh, this is so exciting. So you did the CMA. You haven't given it to him yet, right?
I did email it to him. I did.
No,
No.
no. Do not email the CMA. Do not email the CMA. That was an opportunity for you to go back there and have a conversation, because once you send the email, it's left up to his interpretation, and that's it.
Okay.
You gonna wait for him to call? He's not gonna. You know what I'm saying? If it don't look anything in the way he think it once, if he interprets it wrong, he may not ever call you. You know what I'm saying? Then he might start dodging your calls. I personally would never send a CMA with a price on it. It had a price on it?
Yes.
If you send a CMA, don't send it with the price, because that's you know what they're looking for, the price. That's all they're looking for. Right? So you're going to send a CMA, don't put the price, or do a price range. So then they have to call you to say, well, I wasn't really clear, right? So what I would do is I would call him and set up an appointment and say, hey, sent you the CMA, you know, when, not is it okay, but when can I come by for about 15 minutes so we can kind of go over it and put together a game plan for you to get this home sold, because I know you need to sell it. You're looking to get rid of this so you can move, so you can clear up your mind space, so that you can, you know, make a decision on where you want to go. And I know that you need this money. How much are you looking to walk away with in your hand? Do you know how much his mortgage payoff is?
No. The question I had, because in FMLS wasn't giving me any comps. I don't know if I was even doing it right or wrong. And GAMLS is when the only report I was able to generate, but it was not the only information that was coming up on the property in FMLS was when he originally bought the house, and it wasn't giving me any comps.
Okay, so you have to, you got to spend some time learning how to do the whole CMA. Because it's not just Georgia MLS, FMLS. You got to see what the public is seeing out there. There's four different steps. There's a Zestimate, NARRPR, GAMLS, and FMLS. But you got to learn how to use each one so that you can get the whole picture. Georgia MLS by itself is not going to give you the whole picture. It's only going to give you what's in Georgia MLS.
Okay.
Right? So when you're dealing with the public, 99.9999999% chance they Googled their house. So they have a picture in their head. You're not looking, you don't see that picture. You're looking at in a different lens. So you got to make sure you see all of them together so that you can put together a good conversation. Because based on that CMA is going to determine how that next conversation is going to be. So you want to find out his motivation, 3D, right? And how much does he need in his hand? We're not talking about sales price. How much does he need in his hand? Because what sellers do is they take the mortgage payoff. Oh, I owe 100 on my mortgage. I want to sell it for 200. So I made 100. That's not how it works, right? So you got to help them break down what those numbers are, right? So you got to find out what he wants to walk away with in his hand after his mortgage is paid or whatever, right? And then with that number, you can help kind of decide, okay, is this price going to make sense, right? Either the comps are there to support it or they're not there to support it, based on having to pay his property taxes and all that for him to walk away with this number, right? So when you do that CMA, you got to use information from everywhere so you can see a clear picture, so you can have a clear conversation. Because one time I had a listing appointment and I did the CMA and I was like, woo, she gonna walk away with $36,000, right? I didn't have a conversation with her on what she wanted to net. You know, I know she wanted to sell it and make a profit, right? Because $36,000 sound like a profit to me. Okay, well, I get to the listing appointment, I'm wowing her. Okay, we get to the numbers, and I'm like, and you're gonna walk away with $36,000 when we sell. She's like, oh, if I don't make 50, I'm not selling. I was like, what? So if I would have asked her ahead of time, what are you looking to walk away with in your hand? It would have been a different conversation. I would have been like, hey, because you know what people say? They say a number higher than they really want. Oh, I want 50. Okay, well, if you got 45, would you walk away with that? I would take that. 40. I don't know. 37. No, right? So I know that it's between 40 and 50 is her walk away number. So when I had that conversation, I should have came at it differently and said, hey, you know, with everything that you've done in the market right now, you can at least walk away with $36,000. You know, we can possibly work our way. I would have came at it totally different, right? So you got to know what they're thinking in their head so that you can then cater to that conversation. You know what I'm saying? He wants to move. I got to get up out of here. Okay, great. How much do you need in your hand to get up out of here? So you can clear your mind and figure out what you want to do.
Got it.
And then you work the numbers backwards and see if that makes sense. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't, right? And then you start hitting them with that financial thermostat. Oh, you need at least 60. Well, what if you got 50? Well, I could work with 50. Well, what if you got 45? Well, 45 ain't enough to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, so we know between 50 and 60, right? So you got to really dive into like the bottom line number net, not price. Don't talk about price because now you got to fit your commission in. So don't worry about that part.
Right.
What they gonna walk away with. As long as I can get you that, we good, right? So how about this? Give me a week. Let me do my thing for a week. And if I can't get you this net or better, then go ahead and have your cousin, because the square footage, I can figure that out later. I mean, the acreage, we can figure that out later, okay?
Got it.
Just give me a week. If I can't sell it in a week, I'll pick up my sign and roll out. Right? Thoughts, questions, feelings. I know I said a lot, but I really want you to understand. Anybody, thoughts, questions, feelings? Ooh, okay. Everybody get in their car and go to Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks. Everybody go get you a double espresso shot today. It's Monday. We are working on November money right now. I need y'all to get excited. I'm excited. Anya is a listing magnet, Barb's. She saw Fizbo leaving that house and was like, skirt! And went back over there, okay? That's a listed magnet, okay? Anywho, anybody else? Any questions, thoughts, or feelings about this weekend? James Shaw, script practice.
Anya is out here in these streets making stuff happen. She's like, I don't care who you are, what, let me talk to you.
Period. You got a house?
Right.
You must want to sell it, okay?
You must want to sell it.
And that for sale by owner sign in the front yard is like a big red flag saying, I want to sell my house. I want to sell my house. Hello. Hello. I want to sell my house, okay? So if you're looking for listings, hey, Joe.
Hey, so I was thinking about that, building on the analogy of the magnets. It's like you can't stick a magnet to a piece of wood. You gotta find some metal, right? So it's like that for sale by owner. That's metal.
Exactly. Just get real close to it, and all of a sudden you're just like stuck to the for sale by owner sign, okay? And then you just go to the door and be like, hey, I heard you need some help selling this house.
Stop trying to stick your magnet to a piece of wood.
Ooh, stop trying to stick your magnet to a piece of wood. What are you doing all day? Sticking your magnet to a piece of wood?
So look, I got this is one thing with some of my listings, and I've had some people come through who didn't have agents, but I just noticed something. It's like I'm not, I haven't been really connecting with them or converting them into clients for I guess various reasons. I need to focus more on that to whether or not they buy the house, but hey, if you're gonna buy another house.
That's why when you get a listing, you're supposed to get at least 2 more deals off of it, and you're getting people to get you those 2 more deals, and you're not paying attention to them.
And it's gonna, but Barb's, let's really dive into that though. When you have this listing and that listing and that listing and that listing, it becomes difficult because you get so focused on your listings and the doing the work for the listing that there's a system that's missing somewhere to catch the buyers that are falling through, right? So we have to implement some kind of system to catch them, right? And it could be a system, it could be a tool, it could be a person, right? I used Keys Please this weekend. It was fabulous. I put that thing out there and within seconds, it was like, I'll be there in 30 minutes. I was like, hold on. Let me tell my client to be there. Like, oh my God, that was so fast. Okay. So you got leverage on showing, right? So the missing piece is the catch it, the net to catch the buyers, right? So what system or what tool or what piece of something could you put in place, or maybe somebody that are on your team that can catch those buyers and set them up with the showings while you focus on getting the listings? You just got to catch them. You know that they're slipping through, right? So we just got to catch them. So what's going to be your net to catch them? You already know how to get them out to the houses, right? We got a system for that. Now you just got to catch them.
Yeah. Well, so it's about follow up. First of all, follow up and engage them in terms of, hey, let me, find out more about what it is you're looking for and all that, and how I can help you to get there. And
who on your team can do that, Joe? Besides you?
Well, I mean, the team is Madeline and I. So
can Madeline do those calls?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes.
I mean,
and on script practice this morning, Joe, what's the script that because we were talking about buyer scripts this morning. So what's the script that you could give Madeline to use on these clients to determine where they go in the pipeline of buyers? The same script you used earlier.
Oh, you mean in terms of where they're at, the scale, just trying to understand their motivation?
Yeah, but everybody wasn't on script practice. Let's hear it one time for everybody.
So you basically ask them a question of, on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is I'm ready to move, I'm ready to buy right now, and 1 is I'm just kind of looking around. Where are you on the scale?
Because we're looking for 7, 8, 9, 10s, period. If you're like anything under that, then you go in the nurture bucket.
Yeah.
Catch you next year, okay?
But it's interesting that so that's a good point, because you got to engage them and obviously find out what's their motivation. And again, if they're really serious, then like you said, that's somebody you want to engage with and kind of move them along. Yeah, Key Please. I'm gonna tell you, this was my aha for the week. Oh my God. Yeah, I heard somebody talking. I actually forget the model, but they were talking about like taking time off. Somebody said 1 day a week, weekend a month, or something like that, and then something every quarter. I tell you what, on Saturday, I had an open house on Saturday, and when I got finished with the open house, I was done. I was like, I need a vacation. I'm serious. I was like, I don't want no business. I don't talk. I was like, I need. And so yesterday was the first time, and I mean, I don't, in a while. I'm like, I'm not doing well. I still wind up having some conversations, but I'm like, I'm not doing nothing. And I was like, man, I really do I need some time off because I was just like, this is not good. I'm like,
Now
this
you
is a
see
long,
why me and
thinking about the
AT.
long run, huh?
Now you see why me and AT always going on trips.
Yeah, yeah.
Decompress.
You got it's necessary. Oh my God.
It,
So go
and
ahead.
I saw on your social media you had a family gathering, right?
Yeah, I got family in town, so which was good. I got a chance to hang them, but they're gonna be here until Friday, until next Saturday.
So take time for yourself, guys. You gotta, like they say, you gotta put the mask on yourself before you can help anyone else, right? So if you're feeling overwhelmed, take that time for yourself. Take the time to think, decompress, do your favorite thing, go work out, go walk Stone Mountain, go spend time with family, because real estate is a lot. It's a lot when you're attempting to get business, grow your business. It's a lot once you get the business. Then you're like, oh my God, look at all this business, and so it's always real estate is just not going to be easy pretty much at any point. There's always going to be a new struggle, right? So you have to just identify, where am I at right now? What struggle am I having right now? What's the one thing that I need help with right now? And then what I want you to do is to go look at your mega camp agenda. If you have not signed up for Mega Camp yet, please sign up for Mega Camp. Please sign up for Mega Camp. You will have, if you can't watch it tomorrow and the next day, while they're doing it, you have access to it in the future, because there's like 3 classes all going on at the same time I want to do. Me and Brenda was on the phone last night going through our agenda. So you can go through the Mega Camp agenda. You can heart the classes that you want to take. And then the ones that you didn't get to take, you can go back and watch those later. So I highly encourage you, get your Mega Camp ticket, because it's a lot of great stuff on there, a lot of great classes to help everyone at every level. So the one I'm excited about today is Gamify Your Database. So Gamify Your Database is in the first breakout session. I'm excited because we've committed to our OP to work on our database, right, Joe and Brenda? And so before our next meeting, we got to get this database life together. So I like games, so let's see if that works. Okay, so I'm going to get in Gamify the Database today. Pick your classes. And if you have not signed up for your ticket, please get your ticket. It's not too late. It's a virtual event. It doesn't start until this afternoon. Most everything today is just exhibit halls, getting to know vendors and stuff like that. Tonight at, I think it's 5:30, they have the script off. They have the script off tonight at 5:30. So if you don't have your Mega Camp ticket access, you can't watch it. And the script off is so exciting and fun, okay? So if you need any help with Mega Camp getting signed up, shoot me a text. We'll send you over the link. It's not too late. It's like how much is Mega Camp, Bar? It's like $100.
Yes, $99, one of the best investments you'll make in your business.
You know how much a real Mega Camp ticket costs?
$800.
Oh, it's $7.99. The actual real life
$800.
ticket is $7.99, and then that's just to get there. That's not including your hotel, your flight. It normally costs us about probably $2,000 to go to Mega Camp. You get it for like $100. Like that's like stealing it. Okay, for like $100. Like that's nothing. That's get into it. Okay, it's the best $100 you can spend. Now, any questions about that? Any questions about Mega Camp?
Hey, Alicia.
Yeah.
So I was just going to share this real quick. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. I had 2 different conversations this weekend. I had a conversation with a friend of mine, actually college buddy of mine. Anyhow, his dad built a business. They service the auto industry. They were light manufacturing. He took over the business. He was president. Well, anyhow, he's now in a trucking business, and he was telling me about his experience in the trucking business, how cutthroat it is, how like there's no mentoring, everybody's lying. I mean, it's just anyhow. So I was telling him about my experience working with Keller, and he was telling me about his experience. And man, I was sharing with people about like just being on the calls in the morning, and even like with PC coaching and everything. People just, I mean, you just don't understand the value of what you have, exposure to, what you have access to, the knowledge base, people just giving you, dropping nuggets. I mean, oh my God. I mean, it's invaluable. I mean, honestly, I mean, and talking to people who, like you said, you talk to people, because there's people who have similar, they're in a different industry, but it's similar in terms of the focus on lead generation, developing customers, whether in financial services or whatever, and talk to them about how they do their business. I'm telling you, this we're in a. There's no reason. There's no reason to not be successful. I mean, because everything is pretty much laid out. There's no secrets. You just gotta do the work. So
It's Hank. Thank you for that. It's lit.
Thanks, Joe.
Yes, it's right here. I promise you, we ain't telling you we ain't shucking and jiving you. Okay, we're telling you the real stuff. We're telling you the stuff we pay for. We pay for this knowledge, and we just sharing it. And all you have, I promise, we just do it. Just even a start somewhere, right? And so those of you who started last week on working on your database, because last week. I'm sorry, the week before where we were doing the health score for your database, I know there was a lot of issues with command not showing. So I just want to know who participated. I have Corey and Kelly. Who else participated in getting their health score up? Who worked on their health score for their database? Just those two? Nobody else worked? Okay, because I was going to give away a mega camp ticket. So it's going to be between Corey and Kelly if nobody else speaks up. Did anybody else do it that you know of? Okay, great. All right. Can you give me 2 pieces of paper with Corey and Kelly on it? Also, last week's PC Olympics was your Facebook ad. Did anybody do their Facebook ad last week? No one did the Facebook ad.
I did,
I
but I
did a
didn't.
Facebook ad. I did 2 actually. But it wasn't last week, maybe a couple of days ago. Well, I guess it is last week.
Bye, Joe. Okay, and Hank, all right, we'll get back with you guys on the Facebook ad. This week's PC Olympics is 50 referral relay. Build your downline and your clients downline with 50 recruiting referrals. So who do you know? Who do you know that you can build in your downline? Okay, what's today? The 20, we got profit share a couple days ago, just so you know. Those of you guys who got profit share, your direct deposit hit 2 days ago. All right, here we go. It's between Corey and Kelly. Woo! Let's see who the winner is. Chrissy, left or right? Left. The winner is Corey! Corey, you are going to get a Mega Camp ticket today. Please call Corey today, see if she can do it. Here you go. All right, you guys, any questions, comments, concerns? Today is Monday. Tomorrow and Wednesday, we are not doing PC because we will be in Mega Camp. Okay, so I highly encourage you to be there too. And then see you guys tonight at 5:30 at the Script Off on Mega Camp. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, any questions, thoughts, or feelings? Let's take a deep breath in. Let's get our arms up and going. Let's get the universe flowing, okay? because we're listing magnets, and you can't be a magnet, a fridge magnet from your living room. You got to get a little closer to the sign, okay? Just a smidge closer. All right, here we go. Because I'm a money magnet. Money flows through me easily and freely. I am a listing expert and magnet like Anya, and I'm the king and queen of follow up. With at least 8 touches. It takes at least 8 touches, guys. Don't give up on touch 4, 5, and 6. 8. All right, let's get into it. If you need anything, let me know. See you guys at Mega Camp. Are you all? All right.